Hello again, this is Toyiba and welcome to my YouTube channel. Initially, I made a video about cultural shocks in South Korea, which was part 1 of the series. Now, I'm going to state other things to make up for the part 2 of the cultural shocks in Korea. Actually, there are too many, so I might even have a part 3. So, another culture shock in Korea is unconditional lunch break from 12 to 1. All over the country. No matter who you are, no matter where you work, no matter who you work with, you have to go on lunch break at 12 to 1. It's not negotiable. Like, even in school, if you have, there cannot be any classes between 12 and 1 because of the lunch break. So it was shocking to me because in Nigeria now, if you're hungry, you just have to eat anytime. But there's a designated time for lunch and also designated time for dinner. The dinner time is 6. But because most companies or anywhere you work closes at 6, so that makes much sense. You can just close at work and go and have your dinner. But for the lunch, nothing go shake that one. So everybody is always just outside between 12 and 1 trying to get food. So most restaurants are jam-packed and everything like that. Okay, so when I say system works in Korea, it works. So one of the shocking things for me was that when the pedestrian crossing, the zebra crossing turns green for pedestrians to cross, all cars stop. Like, even if there's nobody there, the cars will stop until the countdown is exhausted and then they will resume back. There are some delivery bikes that usually like disobey the law, but I think it's because they are working against time. If they don't deliver on time, the customers might give them low rating. So that's just it. But the pedestrian crossing is a non-negotiable part of the street that people just have to like wait while driving whenever it turns like red for the cars. Another thing is that cars don't honk in Korea. If you are living in Lagos, you would know that this was really funny and shocking. Like, it got to a point I was telling my friend that it's been a while that I had a car honk. Like, do they even honk here? It gets really worse when you're on the road and you're in the middle of the road. You're practically disobeying laws, and then there's a car coming behind you that's supposed to take that road. They will keep following you. They will not honk. They will keep following you until you realize and just adjust yourself. It's very few drivers that usually honk to raise their awareness that, oh, I'm behind you or stuff like that. But mostly they know they honk, which is very, very shocking. Another cultural shock for me was that I once witnessed an accident, and the people that surrounded the victims, they were not helping. Okay, so people were just calling 911. But you know, in Nigeria now, if accidents happen, we have all these babas that are always on the around the area, that will always come around and like, oh, help one, let's carry them to the hospital and stuff like that, you know. But in Korea, nobody will touch anything. I think it's because they don't want to damage evidence, which makes more sense. But it was shocking to me. Like, I was so concerned that nobody will help this person. They are like, oh, we are waiting for the police and the emergency unit to come and carry them, and the police to mediate as to the cause of the accident or who is at fault or stuff like that. It was shocking for me. I'm not gonna lie you. Under that, when there is like traffic jam on the road, and then somebody will just come down now from their car and like, oh, I will direct these people. You people have patience. Let these people go first so that the road will clear. If there is traffic congestion in Korea, nobody will do that though. Everybody will be waiting for the police to come and mediate, to come and allow anybody to go or to resolve the congestion. Nobody comes down with their car. Everybody will just be there looking at one another like this. My Korean friend told me that there was a case where somebody helped someone in an accident and the person got sued for helping, maybe because they damaged some evidences in the process. So since then, I think the case got really viral, and since then Koreans don't help anybody in case where there is an accident or something like that. So everybody just did their day. Another culture shock for me was the extreme weather in Korea. My first year was very crazy because I struggled a lot. I got here around spring, so I didn't know what I was supposed to be expecting. Though people that had gotten here initially had advised us that you need warmer clothes in preparation for winter, and you need very light clothes in preparation for summer. But when the summer came around June, July, I won't die. It be like say there was no hair in the atmosphere, no hair at all. Everywhere was just hot. Everywhere was very hot, like it's very extreme. People died of heat stroke. People die of heat stroke every year, and people die of by freezing in winter too every year. Everything is just so extreme. We go as low as, I think the lowest that we have gone in winter was -25 that I know of, and in summer we've gone to maybe 40-45. In other regions it might even be worse in winter, because Daegu that I'm living is supposed to be like the warmest in the whole of Korea. So in winter we enjoy, but in summer it be like say we won't die. Some Koreans will even joke about it and say that, oh, are you not from Africa? Africa is said to be very, I say, not Nigeria that I come from. Nigeria is not this auto. Nigeria weather is good, and it's something that I will always miss, because what is this one? Another shock for me was that whenever I get services from people in the public, maybe from restaurants or restaurant owners or servers, I always get a bow from them, like sincere bow. So in order to show their appreciation that you come to enjoy their service, their food. Even bus drivers in the public transportation, like public bus, whenever you enter, for every person that enters like this, they either say "annyeonghaseyo," like hello, or they bow to show that, oh, welcome, stuff like that. Is very, very unique, and it was shocking for me, because in Nigeria, wherever you stay in Nigeria, no driver will bow, or even, well, very few are very nice, and they will do it when you enter their car. They say "ekasan," and you say "ekasan," stuff like that. But in Korea, it's kind of unique and very different. So it was shocking for me that on every bus that I take, I always get that greeting. Though some are always crazy too. People are the same everywhere. There are good people and there are bad people. I've met some bus drivers that will say that they will not carry you, and you will not know why. You have to get down and get the next one that is coming in a few minutes. Nobody to beg, nobody to ask what's up, nothing. You will just be there looking like Lookman. Another shock that we never get used to is the long line at restaurants or at cafes, or at the toilet own is even very understandable. But how will I want to use my money to eat your food, and then I have to join a queue again before it's my turn? And I think people usually do this whenever like a celebrity visits the place, and the celebrity posts about it on their SNS. So whenever they post it, people will just go there and say they want to explain that same thing that celebrity experience. So if you tantamount to much people visiting the place, and then there will be long queue. So there's nothing anybody can do about it, but it's part of the culture here that will always be shocking to me, So yeah, it's interesting though, because sometimes you get to know about nice things or nice places, and if you want to know that a place is good, you have to check the reviews, or you check the number of people that frequent the place. It gives you an idea as to what kind of service or what kind of products that they sell and how good it would be. Another shock for me, and this is pretty weird, is spitting on the floor. I don't suffer as a Nigerian in Korea, I swear. Because how will somebody be walking beside me, and the next thing they beside me? Wait till I do you. That thing is very irritating. I swear, it always gets to me, and no matter who do it, I always give them bad eye. Like, wait till with this one now, and it's always those smokers. You know that Yoruba saying that Ọlọ́run ò dá ilé èso. Koreans took it too far. Like, I can't. Koreans took it too far, because why will you be sitting inside a public bus and be messing and be doing as if it's your house? I can never get used to that. It's still shocking to me. In fact, it's traumatizing, because anytime I hear any sound that sounds like fart, I just instantly like become moody or just act up, because why would you sit beside me and start farting? Everyone will now be smelling like, oh my God, especially in summer when there's no enough air in the atmosphere, or the humidity is like crazy. People will just be doing anyhow, And that's when you will know people that didn't bath, because there will be this weird smell. I don't know. It smells like iron self. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't think I'm the only one that suspects this thing. But Koreans can fart anywhere. They will fart and they will look at you as if, what are you going to do about it? It's shocking to me because I can never try it. And most Nigerians that I know will never do that. Another cultural shock for me is that work life in Korea is very hectic. In Nigeria, if they say 9 to 5, 9 to 5 is 9 to 5. When it is 5 p.m., nobody will accost you that why are you going on. But in Korea, it's not the case. So Koreans are workaholic. If they say 9 to 5, they might be there till maybe 10 in the night. Some people even sleep over at work because there's always too much to do. And I think some bosses are also difficult, so it might not be the fault of the workers, but Koreans, they try when it comes to working. They are very, very hardworking. Another shock for me is the smoking culture in Korea. Oh my God. Koreans can smoke. It's like they are chimneys. They don't get tired of it, especially when the weather condition is like cold. Irrespective of age, you see high school students up on alleys, vaping, smoking, and gender. Female, there's this stereotype in Nigeria that females don't smoke or something like that. Even the females that smoke in Nigeria, they smoke in secret. They cannot come out and smoke with their full chest, right? But in Korea, anybody smokes. And I think it's because that the culture encourages it. Almost everyone has smoked before or is still smoking, from my observation. And one of my Korean friends told me that it's their way of distressing. Like whenever they have things on their mind, it's either they drink or they smoke. Don't get me started on the drinking part. Koreans drink like fish. Whenever they are going through anything like this, they always resolve it by drinking. After drinking, they go to the karaoke room and they sing their lungs out. That's the way they deal with stuff. But aside from that, I don't think there's anybody that I've met from other nationalities that's not as surprised as I am or shocked that Koreans smoke and drink this much. It's too much. I think it's one of the reasons that their spitting culture is also high. Like they always have stuff up on their throats. Koreans can drink and smoke. It's shocking. As a Yoruba girl I am, another thing that was shocking to me is that it's okay to show your legs. It's even okay to show your thighs in Korea, but you cannot show your arms. Like you cannot wear armless blouses, but you can wear skimpy skirts. Very skimpy, so skimpy that you will see their underwear like this if you look closely. It's very shocking to me because it's normal. Even in winter, when it's freezingly cold, they wear skimpy skirts. It's part of their culture, and it's very shocking to me because in Nigeria, you won't even to wear something that is short to the thigh itself, that doesn't get to the knee, you summon a lot of courage in some parts of the country in Nigeria. But in Korea, it's totally normal all over the country. Nobody go look your size self. It's not abnormal. Only us foreigners, whenever we see them like this, like you know, geoje. Another shocking thing for me was that CCTV is everywhere. And I heard that before you can build a house in Korea, one of the conditions that you must meet is that you must be able to afford a CCTV camera, at least 3 on your house, 1 at the back, 1 at the front entrance, and maybe 1 at the corridor or alley beside your house. I don't know, but I heard that is one of the conditions before you can build a house in Korea, which is very good. And I think it's one of the reasons why they are able to curb their crime. And if there is any crime that occur, you can go to the police station and request to see the CCTV around the area that the crime occurred. And that's how the police actually make out how people commit crime. Most times, if you get robbed, if the people show their faces, they will definitely be arrested and you get your things back. But I've never had someone say that they got robbed in Korea. It's just I've never had it. Another thing is, you know, when you buy things in Nigeria and the vendor delivers something else, like what you order versus what you got thing that we usually do, that you call them out on social media that, oh, I ordered for this gown and you brought me the inferior product and stuff like that. You cannot do that in Korea. In fact, if you go to a restaurant and their food is not good, the most you can do is to complain to that restaurant, and maybe they will refund your money or give you another serving which is better than what you hate. But if you call them out, that's a ground for being sued. You can be sued for defamation. Yes, so you're spoiling their name now, and on social media. Do you know how many people that will see that post? So it's not something that is normal in Korea. But now as Nigerian, we are so used to that. Any small fights like this, you have come to social media to come and call out your friend or someone, that even your enemy. If you call them out, they can sue you. They will just get rich through you. So in Korea, it's not normal, and it was shocking to me. So everybody just mind their business. Like, if you have problem with anyone, you go and meet them. So maybe they can placate you by offering something in return, or offering their services the second time, and that time they will do better, or the food they will serve better one at the restaurant or something like that. But aside from that, you cannot call people out on social media, or you write a bad review about them. They can sue you. If you want part 3, let me know in the comment section.